Hi everyone, and welcome back for our level 10 episode of Dawn of the Duergar. Duergar, hope you're all having a good day. Sitting here lighting a candle at this little shrine in honor of all the past soul stones and all the soul stones yet to come. Our journey has progressed reasonably nicely. I've just been through the Dino, the Isle of Dread area. Done pretty well in there. Apologies again for the noises in the background. This little dog's still with us, struggling in the heat, as I think we all are. Speaking of which, Brian, I might as well call this thing the life of Brian because you get a mention every time. You're going to be impressed at this, matey. Just for once, I'm glad I was organised this week. Not in game, but I happened to look at the weather forecast because it has quite a bearing on my activities, being as I do dog walking and gardening for people. And I noticed that this week we had a heat wave due here in the UK. I thought, right, finally, let's bite the bullet and get a fan in. So I ordered a fan and it came yesterday, and thank God it did because the heat wave just broke yesterday. And it was my downstairs isn't too bad, it's relatively cool, but the upstairs it's like an oven, and that's where I sleep. So to just have that to take the edge off it on a night was something else. Otherwise, I'd have been down here on a mattress. Anyway, too much information. Moving on to information that you would actually like to see. I have added one, only one level 10 item. As mentioned before, if you have the Ravenloft sets and not Lamordia, then absolutely fine. You know, equip all them, and yeah, I think you'd come to the same end result. As explained before, I've just got this lower level stuff with the individual set bonuses on, and I've probably come to about the same as you would with a Ravenloft set between the. I've got melee power there, melee power here on the sun and moon slots. We've got some extra weapon damage there. We've got some double strike on the sun slot here. So we're kind of in the same ballpark as we would be with a three-piece Ravenloft set anyway. As we're struggling a little bit still on the thiefy, trappy side, I thought that would be a perfect item to alleviate those struggles. Hopefully bring us towards. I think I've maxed well as far as I can anyway. Disable open lock and search. The spot's a bit behind, but if you know where the traps are, you can search in the right place and still do reasonably well, I think. Weapons still the same. Still the same Sky Pirate dagger that we have had since level 4. I could have swapped out to a Ravenloft one, of course, a Morning Lord Kukri or dagger, but didn't see the need to because this one has a decent crit profile and it's been doing well for us. So I think we're going to stick with this for now. Let's have a quick look at the Reaper things. I've put the second layers in. Might end up, he only has 40 Reaper points. I say only 40 because my other three have around 100 plus, which I think is that's quite a sweet spot to aim for. I think beyond that, especially if you're only really taking value from 2 trees as we would be here, the caster tree doesn't really do too much of anything for us, but the strength and tactics and melee power in this tree definitely do, and the significant defenses in the barricade do as well. So 100 around there would allow us to pretty much max those two, which is what I think should be the end goal for this. So yeah, second layer, reflex saves. Again, important to try and get the evasion working because our reflex save is a bit on the low side, and I have got torched once or twice relying on it. Extra dodge. In robes we'll be able to use every bit of dodge we can lay hands on. So where are we now? We're on 13 dodge, so that's going to go up to a nice 19 in Reaper. Already a significant boost to defenses. Anything else to report? Yes, we took 2 feats at 9. I didn't take the improved critical because for Dwarven Axes at the end game it's going to be slashing. and we're actually using a piercing weapon at the moment, so I thought I would delay that, particularly as our weapon currently has keen anyway, so it's not a necessity. We'll take that later on. So I took these two, improved single weapon and offhand versatility. That one, if you didn't know, very nice for the single weapon fighters as a bit of a boost to damage. The requirement is that you have nothing, as we have here, or a rune arm. You've obviously got to have some way of being proficient with that. 2 levels of arty or a dip into the macro technique epic tree would do that for you. An orb, or can you do it with a buckler? Does it tell us there? Let's see if we can just clarify that. If you have nothing, oh, it's telling us there, so it's more advantageous, significantly more, to have nothing. In fact, it's debatable whether it's worth picking up that feat if you have a rune arm orb or orb in the offhand, because then it's just 1 imbue dice. But in our case, with nothing, it's 25% more to the melee damage from our ability score modifier, obviously strength. I'm ashamed to say that I had considered, I've long considered going with a rune arm offhand from using the macro tree. The macro tree with the mantle is a real boost to defense, and I had considered doing that. I was umming and ahhing, and I'm ashamed to say the reason I stuck with the empty offhand is that it was 1 less item to find and gear out. But yeah, I don't think I would have taken this feat had we been going for a rune arm offhand, because the 1 imbue die is kind of neither here nor there. I know the min-maxers will have a fit with me for that, but in the scheme of what I'm trying to do, I would probably have found a better use for that feat. Maybe if we hadn't have taken this, we could have gone with the burning power attack and then the 2 cleaves to give us some real nasty AoE. But as I mentioned before, my plan is to take 200 speciality for the strike through at 31. And if we're going to do that, I honestly think that the 3 feats for those 2 cleaves would probably be overkill, because we'd have enough AoE anyway to cover our tactic things, to make our trip and later on stunning blow AoE as well. And those cleaves obviously wouldn't do anything for that. So I think it's probably, given what I'm trying to do, it's probably the right way that I'm going about it. At least I hope so. Right, we've had a bit of a change of plan. We're here in the Temple of Evil instead of Lamordia as I'd promised. We're going to have a go at the first 2 quests in this chain instead. Still a good barometer for where we're at, I think. I told you a lie. I've added 1 other item, but it's a clickable. It's not actually on the gear. Super item for greater heroism comes from the Zorian Cipher in Jurasco, level 8 quest. So we could actually have done that one. That might have been a nice idea. It comes, we were talking about optionals earlier in the series, and how derisory some of the XP rewards, and there's not usually too much in the way of loot either. Well, this is an exception. It comes from the optional green chest in the Zorian Cipher. You could go for it on a legendary capped character and just steamroll everything, or take a trappy character in there. The reason I've mentioned that is the room it's in, the green chest, is trapped pretty severely. So you're going to want to either disable those if you're around the level, or just tank it with a legendary character who will just laugh at it. But yes, nice to have. You can have several of these if you wanted. I think I've got 2 here. And they are tradable. I bet you could get some, let's have a quick look. What are they called? Planer gird. Yeah, obviously they're not too much in demand if that's not gone for 25 shards, but they could be sellable for shards on the auction house. I would suggest there's probably better sources of shards, like collecting, if you have either the Dino and especially the Lamordia, the latest expansion, if you collect ingredients for that and then sell those on the shard exchange, I would suggest they probably go for quite a bit more. Of course, the fact that they're listed there at that, there's no proof they're selling at that, but I would suggest that they do go for a decent amount. If somebody just wants a few of X, Y, or Z to finish off a build and can't be bothered going back in and farming whatever, then that's when your bank balance starts going up. Right, let's get stuck in. I didn't mention where we were with the enhancements, did I? I did take the liberty of going a little bit into Duergar. I'll have to respec once we hit 12, obviously, for the Tasty Dragon Lord tier 5s, but we've got some strength, more hit points, attack and damage, and this one's nice, the second level of the shape-changing thing, 3 psionic bonus on damage. It does actually tell you when you hit the enlarged self. Contrary to some of the buffs in game where you're kind of left guessing what's there and how long you've got, this one's great. Tells you exactly how long it's got left and exactly what you are getting for your money on this one. So no complaints at all there. Okay, let's get on with it.
The huge bronze doors carved with strange
Trying to lead with the rapid slash and then hammer them with the extra double strike that's given to the whirlwind.
gouges that show the seal has been broken, and a cold shiver runs down your spine.
Trying not to do what I always do and miss piles of things in the rooms. Now, what's he seeing trap-wise? I'm not going in there anyway. Okay. I'm going to try and make you proud this time, Brian. I know there's a shrine down at the end of this corridor, so I'm throwing all the boosts in, make the most use of it. Try to mash them before they can get a chunk out of us, because we are quite vulnerable defensively. Right, now these things can be nasty. If they get us with that soothing song, there could be a real problem on. Thankfully we tripped that one before it could do anything. This looks nasty as well. Lovely little trigger of the freezing ice from the Snow Peaks Ruby, so you can see that works well beyond the level where it comes available. Oh, there we go. So you can see the countdown timer here for this stuff. I think best to try and get out of the, because we can absolutely not do anything while this is going. Dragon Breath to the rescue. Am I going to keep my promise and use this shrine? I don't think I am, because I think there's one a little bit further on that we can go for instead. I don't tend to use the rallying cry from the... It's a nice one, the sprint little boost from PDK past lives, but it does knock off our 6 double strike from Aasimar Scourge for a minute, so I'm selective as to when I use that. that whirlwind's doing a super job for us. I took a big shot from somebody there. Our fort isn't the best, but we do have, what do we have? I think we have 70 from the braces, don't we? So it's not amazing. We could have 100 at this stage. We could have fitted a sapphire, what's it called? Heavy fortification sapphire. Excellent augments they are, available from level 8. Come on then, if you're coming. Come on! Ah! They second guessed me and just stayed where they were, didn't they? I was hoping for them all to funnel into the doorway and fall prey to dragon breath, and they said, nope, not happening. Right, now can we do a invis here so we don't get shot to pieces by that ballista thing?
A pair of guards fumble with a ballista. I mean, on the wall above this room is a small.
You look like you need to be on the floor. Okay, lovely stuff. Now, this is the shrine we should be using. No, I think there's another one. Don't worry, Brian. We'll get one. There's another one just before the nasty section. In fact, this quest is blessed with a lot of shrines. And that being the case, we're going to boost here because I've just seen that Plague Reaper. Okay, we're going for it. As promised. Now, particularly on Legendary, this ending, these golem things, they don't mess about. They're quite fast, so they can chase down any squishy, ranged or castery types. And if you get two of them together, it's not good times, because they've got significant damage resistance as well, I think.
This enormous
We're going to try and make use of our Hood of Unrest. Yeah, especially if we get two together. Where are we on now with our saves? With the heroism going, we're into the 30s for the top two. It's the reflex I'm really bothered about, so that's not terrible, is it? And the skills, we're getting there, aren't we? With the help of this ring from Ravenloft, Disable, Open Lock and Search are doing alright now.
A belligerent cleric stands atop a stone altar in the center of this chamber.
Where are they all?
Massive earth
I think I might keep the... Can we actually knock these down? No, there's no chance. They're red boss, aren't they? No CC on these boys. But we can sunder them. Are they all in there, in fact? No. Where are they? I'll get this one out of the way first, I think. I thought I'd keep the Hood of Unrest for when, or if two attacked us together, but I think I'll use it now. More by luck than judgment, it was well used because two kind of did attack together. Okay, and from memory, this guy is a lot less threatening than his minions. Just through the what's it called? Lavender Stone. Lovely item against casters for keeping you safe. That's actually a random drop, as well as dropping in the Dreaming Dark chain, I think it is at the end of Heroic. But it can be around level 5-ish quests. That can drop in chests. I think in any chest. I think even a champion chest can have that if you're really lucky. And they are worth a bob or two on the auction house. There you go. Please don't make the mistake I did with my first one, by the way, and try using it before you've upgraded it. If you upgrade it, the chargers restore it, saying they're recharged 15 per day. If you don't upgrade it, once it's gone, and you'll be sorry.
The Earth Temple key begins to quiver and shake. It seems strangely drawn to the south. This magical barrier.
Yeah, the all-out attack strategy's alright until it's not, when you get some kind of nasty elemental damage over time, or any kind of elemental damage I'm just not suited to. I don't have any. I think I have one. I have 10 electric defense, but as you can see, the rest of it is absolutely derisory. I've only got a bit more acid because it's in the left-hand side of the Dragon Lord tree. I should perhaps go up there for a bit more defenses. In fact, why not? We've got 2 points, haven't we? What else could I do with those 2 points? Normally, I would take this excellent 1 W extra of damage, but because of the bug, it's already on the dagger we once used. What is strength looking like? Is it? It's an even number, so the strength wouldn't help us. So, what could we do to best help? Let's do that. I said we were going to. It's just 1 point, 2 points for 6 acid resist and 5 absorb. Not amazing, but we'll be putting the points in there anyway, so why not? Okay, so that was the hors d'oeuvre. Now for the main course. And I am glad they split this one up into more bite-sized chunks, by the way. If you didn't know, this used to be these 2 bits that I'm doing now used to be 1 bit together, I think, didn't they? And my goodness me, was it a long old haul. It was fun though. I used to do it usually. It's the elemental nodes I'm less keen on. That kind of feels like a slog to me, through loads and loads and loads of opponents. And maybe if you know the way, if you're not constantly going wrong like I am in there, it's a little bit less of a slog. But I do try and follow the cues. There are like elemental indicators, aren't there, as to where the torches are to be lit. So it's not like I just wander around randomly in there. Which one are we going to do first? Let's do the water one first. We don't have a DDO, do we? So that's a shame. I could have taken scrolls of DDO to get us out of this. We've got 1 or 2 stacked up on the ship.
The air in this room is almost uncomfortably cool.
Oh, hello, sir.
As you fill the pool, the barrier.
Please don't tell me I just walked past him completely oblivious. I think I probably did. That's going to be one of those cringe-worthy moments if I ever watch it back. Shout out to the doc here for the ferrocrystal cookery to not take weapon damage from ooze and rust and that.
The room begins to shake, and a shimmering wall appears at the entrance.
Get the rapid slash in first for the bonus damage. Is it gone? Yes, happy days. I think those things we'll just leave where they are. We're gonna have to engage these guys. Or gals. Right, these things can be a bit of a pain, can't they? Oh, you need to be on the floor. Yeah, they can be rough. Can we have a quick heal before we go? It's so nice, that trip, for just downing. Well, obviously it doesn't work on everything, but anything that is trippable, I really like to try and put it on the floor and stop it from chewing away at me. If it's a red crown, it's just a really nice defense. And you weren't the red crown, I just tripped you because I could. He saved, the little beggar. Again, it's usually when they save and I get all het up over it, it's because I've let the trance run out, as I have done here. The enlarge, as I mentioned before, lasts for longer the more points you add in it. So we started off with, well, I think without any buffs it's 1 minute, then you take this and it's 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes now with this one up here. We go up to 5 for that, and then here it's just until you rest, so just one click and done, which is lovely for somebody like me who was a bit challenged in remembering all the different buttons to click. Those 2 crowns out of the way.
Than the outside passage. Come in, follower of flame, a stern voice echoes. You're just.
I always used to do the fighting here until somebody pointed out to me that you can just pay the maximum amount of platinum as a tribute and grab the key that way. It's kind of neither here nor there for this level, but for the when you're in on legendary on a higher level, it's quite nice because the fight can be quite problematic.
Your tribute honors us, the prefect says, bowing. Soon, all will bend the knee to fire, or die in their stubbornness.
And I suppose it's one use for platinum. People are always coming up with new uses for spending plat, and other people are always insisting that it's useless. I think the truth is somewhere in between. The fact that many, if not all of us, would happily spend, well, those of us who've got it, would happily spend 2 million plat on a jeweler's toolkit tells you all you need to know. One kit.
This area of the temple once housed those faithful to the air temple.
Right, always get caught out here with that door sometimes opening when I don't want it to. Trying to catch the maximum I could in the dragon breath. And that door's opened yet again. Oh, thank you. Thank you, game. Just take a little pause here, I think. Give ourselves... Is there something out there? I thought I heard a noise. No. Give ourselves a little heal, chance for the buffs to come back.
A man in air temple robes stands huddled in the corner of this cold, dark room. On the wall above the shield is a small etching in flames. The last cleric of the air temple
not too bad.
Falls to the ground. You search him carefully, but you don't find the air temple key on his person.
I just try and wait until out of combat to get these proper heals from my cure potions. Or, as just happened there, did you see that? Some change they made not so long ago meant that when you transition to a new area, you also get a bit of a heal. Is it Hood of Unrest time against this guy? I think it might be. I don't want to be savaged by him.
The air temple key sits behind a barrier. The winds circling the room rush faster as the key.
Can we sunder you? We can. Lovely stuff. So I won't bother healing this deficit we've got. I think going through this door should do that for me. Yeah, happy days. Can we put you on the floor? Marvellous. I should just check where... Oh, no. It's nice when they just wait, or most of them just wait to be attended to, isn't it? That's one slight downside of that enlarged thing. While it's doing its animation, you can't do anything else. So note to self to remember to do that in advance of any confrontations. I was actually doing it to get the battle trance back, not the enlarge, but I've got the two kind of toggled together at the moment as they're on similar cooldowns. So let's just have a quick look where we're at with the 54. That's not bad at all, is it? For level 10, that's pretty awesome actually in my book. And what was I going to say? Oh, on the trip 49, Sunder 46, so not bad at all. One thing I was going to say, we're not actually doing a dragon. Well, we kind of are because we're going to be Dragon Lord tier 5. But in terms of the game, we're doing a rogue life because that's the dominant class. But we do have Dragon Lord past lives. It's one of the few past lives this character actually has. Where can I see? There. And unbeknownst to me, they give, well, it's really nice for what we're trying to do here. 1 damage with melee weapons plus 1 breath weapon DC. So we've got 3 breath weapon DC boost from those lives, which is lovely. So I'm really not complaining about that. In fact, the few lives he has are really well suited to this. We've got 3 monk, that's another 3 damage. And the paladin and sacred fist are for the healing amp. So if you were contemplating doing something like this and wondering what past lives would benefit it, I guess those are good examples. Especially the Dragon Lord, but more by luck than judgment, I've got those. And if you were cherry picking, we might as well go the whole hog. If you were cherry picking epic feats, I think these are pretty good for, well, for most damage dealing melee, I guess. Enchant weapon, another 3 attack and damage. Double strike 9, very nice to have. Double strike 6 from the iconic Aasimar Scourge. +2 attack, so +6 attack there, and +6 damage if we're doing two-handed fighting style. Now, this is a bit of a grey area for me in the context of our build that we plan to do, because as you know, I'm going up the single-handed line, but I'm planning to wield a Dwarven War Axe at the cap. And that's obviously going to have the strike through to it. But will it be eligible for the extra 6 damage from this, as we'll be single weapon fighting? That I don't know, but if any of you can answer that, I would love to hear from you. I think in any case, the 6 to attack from that will probably be the best one that we could choose from this sphere. but I stand to be corrected on that. And then there we had a choice between saves, brace, or more healing amp, and I went with the healing amp. So each time we fail a save versus traps, I can live to regret my decision. I think I've just seen all our things have run out while I've been waffling away. Do you know, I've no idea why I bothered doing that, because we have a shrine coming soon. We've got almost no boost and we're going to have to use the shrine, so well done me. So on the back of what I've just said, if there's anything in here, I might as well boost for it, might I? That doesn't look like there is. Okay. There's usually something skulking about in either of these two alcoves, but maybe not this time. I shouldn't sound so disappointed, eh?
The stony visages in this room suggest this is the entryway to Falrinth's chambers.
Okay. Now, one problem I have had in here, and might have again here, with melee builds, is getting the boss guy to come down from his lofty perch there. I've tried lately to go skulking around the back of these pillars at the back, and it seems to have worked, but the number of times I've had to just chip him down with my silly little throwing axe, which is basically there just to trigger levers and things.
Using the arcane power of the page I discovered, Zuggetmoy is nearly free.
For those of you not familiar with this, you can't, like, he's in the earth area at the moment, so I can't damage him. I have to drag him outside of there if I want to do any damage to him.
We're just getting started.
I hope you're going to do me the honour of joining us, Falrinth, because I don't relish the prospect of waiting all that time for you to come wandering down to us. From memory, I can't use the... Let's just see if he'll come down, if I hide behind here. From memory, I can't use the harper pin to get out of that, I was going to say. That spider thing. He's not going to come down, is he? And worse still, the rock thing seems to be stuck in his own area. Are you not going to move, pal? This is going to be an utter disaster. A ranged would easily deal with the guy up there, but I think, can I just leave him behind? Will he just, or will the quest not complete if he's stuck there? This could be a complete mess, couldn't it? But you can see I'm chipping him down slowly with the, it's basically with the imbue, isn't it? Our evasion's helping us against his attacks. I think we do actually have proficiency with axe, do we? Or maybe not throwing axe. I could put the boost on to make it go a bit quicker. It wasn't that painful in the end, was it? I think I've been over dramatic there. I should have just chipped him down. But yeah, I think I'm remembering my experiences in Legendary, where it's a decidedly longer deal if you're in there on Reaper 6 or 8 and you suddenly get there and you realise you don't have anything ranged of any real damage.
Falrinth's chambers are dimly lit.
Somewhat melee unfriendly. So if any of you knows of any tricks or tips to get that guy to come wandering down, please share.
Has nearly been freed.
Now, in my experience, things can suddenly appear. Yeah, I thought so. You're not gonna get me this time. I've had them wandering down the stairs after me on occasion. Oh, the silly songs again. These harpies, I'm telling you. Yeah, it can get quite painful. They keep re-triggering it. I'll tell you what, we'll go down the stairs and see if they follow. Will they follow us? They are going to do, aren't they? I think one is a slight debuff and the other one's just a complete, where you can move but you can't do anything. Okay, happy days. Anything on the loot side? Clearly, every time I record, the loot just decides, nope. Not too bad anyway. I think the strategy of wrecking everything before it can wreck us is going reasonably well. I'm not particularly inclined to raise the difficulty in leveling anyway, but if I was, I would need to do something about these paltry elemental defenses for a start. Probably boost our hit points up a bit as well. Okay, not too shabby. So what might we have in store for 10? I think possibly one or two of the new dragon chain in Kundarak. I think they're level 10, aren't they? Might be nice to have a go on one or two of those on heroic. I've probably had the time now to forget everything I ever knew about them, so that should be fun. Okay, I think we'll leave it there. Thanks a lot as always for looking, and I'll speak to you next time. Take care.